Am I an elite archaeologist or just a guy playing in the mud? Surprise! Time for the big shovel. I'm really putting my back into it now. Who needs a gym when you have a shovel and questionable life choices? Is it a swimming pool or a hole to hide my snacks? At this point, it is definitely a sweat fest. Is this a pool or just a very deep hole for my lost motivation? My back will definitely regret this tomorrow. I'm basically an archaeologist now, hunting for ancient dirt. Up we go! My knees are definitely filing a formal complaint tomorrow. Shoveling dirt is basically a gym membership I didn't ask for. Heave! Still no treasure, just a lot of sweat and soil. Getting down and dirty with the pick. This is basically CrossFit, but with more bugs and less air conditioning. Up we go, scrambling around like a caffeinated mole. I am sure there is treasure here, or at least some worms. Dropping to my knees because my spine is quitting. This stick? Totally a high-tech excavator. Call me the Dirt Whisperer. I'm still poking the dirt with the stick. It's painfully slow. Fine, I'll use the actual shovel now. Much better. Time for some professional blueprints. Just scratching out my dreams in the dirt with this stick. Very high-tech, right? Time to draw the lines. I'm basically an architect now, except my only tool is this very high-tech stick. Swapping the stick for a tiny shovel. This is basically gardening on hard mode. Finally, time to stand up. Time to bring out the big guns, digging a hole to China, or until my back finally gives out. Welcome to my new subterranean lifestyle. If I dig deep enough, maybe I'll find some treasure. Or just more dirt. Putting my back into it. If I dig any deeper, I might actually strike gold. Or just more dirt. Still digging my way to China. This counts as a full-body workout, right? Goodbye gym membership. Time to switch from brute force to artistic finesse. Sculpting this dirt block like I definitely know what I'm doing. Time to get artistic. I'm basically the Michelangelo of dirt, carefully sculpting a very fancy, very square mud pie. Forget the square edges. I'm going for the giant potato look now. It's way more aerodynamic for a subterranean mansion. Time to hollow this out. I'm basically a high-end termite with a vision for open-concept living. Fancy, right? Time for some aggressive exfoliating. Just giving this dirt wall a deep tissue massage. Digging is basically my cardio now. Just carving out a chimney for my dirt mansion. Ventilation is key unless I want to be a smoked human brisket. Behold my giant mud croissant. I am just making sure my architectural masterpiece doesn't crumble like my hopes and dreams. Digging out the dirt to make room for my giant straw. This chimney is basically a skyscraper for ants. Fancy. Time for some high-tech blueprints. I'm just scratching a square in the dirt. Geometry was never really my strongest subject, clearly. Who needs a gym when you have a heavy stick and a personal grudge against this specific patch of dirt? Finally, a real shovel. My back already hates me. Welcome to my extreme DIY workout. Digging a trench with a stick because shovels are way too mainstream for me. Who needs a shovel when you have a glorified stick? I'm basically a human mole with absolutely zero sense of efficiency. Who needs a shovel when you have a glorified toothpick? This is definitely the peak of engineering efficiency right here. Why use a shovel? That's far too easy. I'm committed to this extremely slow, stick-poking lifestyle. Behold, my artisanal dirt staircase. I'm basically a subterranean architect now, one stick poke at a time. Watch that first step. Digging like a mole on a mission. One more scoop and... Okay, that is enough cardio for the year. I am out. Now for the light lifting. Just me, my log, and this tiny axe against the world. Move over, Paul Bunyan. Behold the majestic log hauler in her natural habitat, struggling with a giant toothpick. So graceful, yet so incredibly tired. Time for some precision engineering. Measuring twice so I only have to mess it up once. Time to saw. This is my cardio for the year. And done. Look at that perfectly straight edge. Back for round 2. This log doesn't stand a chance against my sheer, unadulterated noodle arm power. All right, heave ho, placing this perfectly. If I saw any more wood, I might actually turn into a beaver. Moving this into place, and let the slow, painful sawing begin. I hope this counts as cardio. Sawing's finished. Time to haul this trunk. My spine is definitely judging my life choices right now. Into the pit. Setting the foundation. I'm basically an architect now, just with more dirt and significantly less math. Stay right there. Time for some interior decorating in my dirt mansion. Just smoothing the floors so I don't trip over my own feet. Time for some structural poles. Now one over here. I'm just sticking wood and mud and hoping for the best. Just a little poke here and a prod there. Look at me go. Basically a professional dirt whisperer now. Time to channel my inner lumberjack. I'll just whack this log until it finally cooperates. Ha! Time for some percussion therapy. I'll just whack this log until it listens. Nailed it. Walking away like a boss. Just giving this log a little love tap. There. Now to lug another one of these over. Professional stick mover right here. Time for some high-stakes log Tetris. A little tap-tap-tappy and boom! My forest mansion finally has a ceiling. Giving these logs a good thumping. If this roof collapses, at least I'm already in a convenient hole. Roof's finished. Time to head down and check if this luxury suite is actually livable. Mind the gap. Placing the final beam for the roof. Now to head down and admire my luxury dirt suite. Who needs a hammer when you have an axe? Just a bit of brute force and bam! Still have all my fingers. And stay. Time to exit my luxurious mud pit before the walls decide they want a hug. Structurally sound-ish. Poking the ground because clearly it owes me some money. Why use one tool when you can use two? I'm out here playing Minecraft in real life, minus the creepers. Time to frame the roof. Whack. I'm basically a professional architect now, assuming this pile of sticks actually holds. Whacking these logs like they owe me lunch. I'm basically a professional carpenter if you don't look too closely. Another stick for the collection. If I hit it hard enough, it'll eventually look like a roof. I think. Time for a wood carrying workout. Who needs a gym when you've got heavy logs and absolutely no actual blueprint? Time to give the skeleton some skin. Watch me carefully place these sticks so the whole thing doesn't collapse on me. Behold, the world's most dangerous hammer. If I don't hit my thumb, it's a successful day at the office. Still hammering away with my blunt axe. OSHA would definitely have some questions about my safety gear. Nearly covered. Using an axe as a hammer is definitely peak professional engineering. Don't tell my safety inspector. Now for some precision surgery. Trimming the edges so people think I actually own a tape measure. Alright, time to give these boards a little haircut. I'm basically a wood stylist now, but with way more splinters. Forget the saw. Let's just hack away. I'm feeling very lumber chic today, even if I'm mostly just hitting things. Time to give this board some tough love. Get in your home, wood. Don't make me use the sharp end. Still whack-a-moling this trim piece into place. Nailed it. Time to go haul more boards like a total lumberjack pro. Time to install the baseboards in my mud mansion. Using a hatchet as a hammer is totally normal behavior, right? Who needs a hammer when I have a perfectly good axe? I'm just one missed swing away from a bandage. Up high, then down low. This DIY project is basically just an elaborate excuse to skip the gym. Oof, my knees. I've officially evolved into a human woodpecker. My knees are currently in a legal dispute with the rest of me. Nailing these top boards is a total arm burner. Now let's get low and finish off this corner section. Time for some floor level DIY. Who needs a hammer when you have a perfectly good axe? Squat goals, baby! Moving up in the world, hammering this top board into place. Hope this wall doesn't decide to fold like laundry. Time for some precision squat hammering. This axe is basically a multi-tool if you believe hard enough. Thwack, thwack, and stay. I'm installing my premium plastic window. Now I can judge the squirrels from my cozy dirt hole. Fancy! Time to trim the edge with my tiny saw. I'm measuring by eye because I'm a total pro, obviously. Hammering the edge before heading inside for some whack-a-mole. Welcome to my dusty, dirt-filled 5-star mansion. Nailing this log down because if I roll off this dirt bed, I want it to be a total structural failure. Violently convincing this log to stay in place. Time to show this wood who's boss. Hopefully my thumb survives this DIY construction project today. Tapping these boards into place. Bam! There we go. My thumb lives to see another nail. Look at me, being a total professional using an axe as a hammer. Just a tiny taparoo for snugness. Who needs an actual hammer when you've got a blunt axe? Precision engineering at its finest, folks. Just watch and learn. Last plank goes in. Time for the stress test. Success! My throne is complete. Look at that rustic charm. Behold, the secret entrance. Now watch me struggle with this massive slab of wood. There, maximum antisocial mode engaged. Limboing out of the hatch and into the kitchen. Behold my dirt-crusted masterpiece. Michelin stars, here I come. Testing to see if my mud mansion actually works. It is alive. I am officially a cave woman genius. Cooking with fire. Time to crawl back into my hole. This is my life now. See ya. Welcome to my dungeon kitchen. I'm giving this chicken a deep tissue massage. Dinner is going to be awkward. Giving our headless guest a quick chiropractic adjustment. Now let's get you wrapped in this fancy spacesuit. Time to tuck this bird into its shiny silver sleeping bag. Sweet dreams, Mr. Chicken. You're looking very metallic. Time to tuck my shiny silver bird into its hot clay bed. Careful now, unless I want grilled human. And now the eternal wait begins. My stomach is already growling. Let's see if the magic is happening yet. Let's check on our shiny mystery package. Just a little nudge. Hope I didn't just make charcoal. Hydrating while I wait for that bird to crisp up. Is it ready yet? Let's see what we've got here. Transferring this golden beauty to my makeshift table. Bon appetit! Time to skip the formalities and just dig in. I'm performing some high-stakes surgery on this bird. Come on, quit being so stubborn and give me that leg. Moment of truth. Time to see if my gourmet shed cooking actually paid off or not. Honestly, not half bad. Picking off the prime cuts. Call me a turtle-necked apex predator because this chicken is officially toast. Grab the kettle, pour the tea. Now I'm emerging from my burrow like a caffeinated groundhog into the night. Ah, the bunker exit. A quick blow, a sip, and I am ready to face the terrifying 3 feet of darkness. That walk was exhausting. Time for a quick sit and sip on the deck. Back into the rabbit hole I go. Time to go back underground. Just checking for peeping raccoons before I lock up. Closing the lid on the world. Locked and loaded. Making my bed is the hardest part of surviving. Fashion check. Camo chic. Nailed it. Alright, time to test my camo. If I hide in this green bag, am I invisible yet? Sweet dreams. Finally, some shut-eye. Though having a literal bonfire under my bed feels slightly flammable. Just don't overcook me. Nice and toasty, like a human burrito in a microwave.